I want to push back on you a little bit, Matt.
Go ahead.
It's specifically about Vegas, but it plays everywhere.
Sure.
Um, and it's actually Brian Lebo and I have had this conversation about
Sure.
Vegas because he's the guy a year ago when he showed me his bands of spending,
Yep.
where the pain was. And at the time
Yep.
it was 750 to 1.5, right?
Sure.
If you know Brian, he has these bands.
Absolutely.
And he was like, this is, inventory's growing. That's where the
Yep.
pain is.
Sure.
And I asked him, I said, where are all the new homes? And he's like, right there. And if you know Vegas, median is about 450.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So I get your logic, but I think you're going to be shocked because I think what's going to happen is the 800 to 1.5, they're going to have huge haircuts, which will spark demand.
Still demand. Yeah, sure.
And again, I think you could see a 30% price cut, but that will be enough to spark demand because what we're not getting is the supply of the first-time homebuyer home.
Absolutely.
That affordable shit ain't showing up. So again, demand
in
goes
Vegas.
Up.
In Vegas, it's not showing up because here's where I think it's showing up. The top 5 cities that Dion listed off in appreciation.
Yeah,
everybody's going to those cities where you can get a decent, like Memphis, dude. Memphis.
Yeah,
apologies to people in Memphis, but you know what Memphis is.
Yeah.
Memphis is mostly Class D. A lot of Class D is Memphis. Very low dollar per door. And so that's where people are now splitting and they're dropping and so I don't disagree with you because let's face it, if it's $1 million and the home builders take a haircut to 700, that still moves up the median.
Exactly. It sells.
Right. Totally agree with you. I just think what's really happening though, is a lot of those transactions are going to disappear. I still believe that a lot of them will disappear. And I think that a majority of the transactions, a vast majority, are going to happen median minus because they're going into these national numbers in these local markets that are going to really drive. That's what I think is going to actually happen.
That is actually interesting because again, median is a national number. And I think last time I saw median, let's just call it 380 grand.
Yeah.
So basically, if you have migration, whether that's physical migration or migration of investable capital,
correct.
If you're taking that capital out of San Jose, out of Austin, out of San Diego, out of Miami, which are higher, and then you move them to, again, I don't know Memphis, but sounds like Memphis, sounds like Huntsville, sounds like Nashville.
Yes.
That's interesting.
That's what I see.
Because again, you basically get investors to overpay, kind of like Dion's point, the affordable home goes up.
Correct.
That's interesting.